And then we had our friendships, but I guess not really serious enough to break the tie. As I would say, break the tie that binds. And so after he got his scholarship, then that fall, he went to the University of Iowa and got his master's degree, and I continued in my job. And so I guess one time he came back and he saw I was a little serious. I was wearing the guy's ring around my neck, class ring or something.
Someone else's?
Yeah, And so he said, I think we ought to get married. And so that's what we did.
What a love story.
Yeah, it's a little different from the mush, huh?
It's beautiful.
Oh, well, thank you.
So, Miss Daniel, tell me what the secret is to having been married nearly 59 years now, with all the divorce that we know is going on in the world.
Yeah, I know it. We're just friends. We are real friends, because if you are somebody's friend, you don't want to do anything to hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
That's for one thing. And friends can be in love. Don't forget that factor.
Mm-hmm.
And we were and are. And so, I guess I hear people say expressions like, we're just soulmates.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that. I never applied that to myself before, but now I know what they mean,
Mm-hmm.
And we respect each other, I wouldn't do anything that was disrespectful. If I bump into a chair around here, I'll say, excuse me, We are just so polite. And then it's not pretend,
Mm-hmm.
it's just something that we are, And as a matter of fact, we had somebody say to us the other day, we've been here now 3 months,
Mm-hmm.
we are now real residents. You have a trial period, but now we are real residents. And the guy came up to us and said, you guys have to stop walking around here holding hands. You're making us look bad. And opening the door for each other and pulling out chairs, When you sit down, we're just like that. And we've always been respectful to each other. And we wouldn't do anything to offend each other. And if we did, we quickly say I'm sorry without even being asked to say it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We're just, if you've been friends for years and years, and you've been married for years and years, you just don't think about being any other way, And I wouldn't even let our kids put each other down, And one day when you have time and nothing else to do, we have a CD, a DVD of our 50th wedding anniversary, and you'll hear some of the things that our kids said about us,
Wow.
And well, anyway, I'm talking too much.
That is such a beautiful story, Miss Daniel.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, because I don't mind telling it, But I know I get chatty, so
I reckon you wouldn't mind telling such a incredible story. I'd like to know what your favorite story, I'm shifting gears just a little bit, what your favorite story of religion, your favorite memory of
Okay.
the church or
Oh,
faith.
okay. I probably told you this before, because it's something that I always think of when people ask me this. I had this Sunday school teacher. I told you this before, didn't I?
No, I don't think we have. Or maybe.
Yeah.
But I'd like to hear it again.
Okay, well, anyway, I had this Sunday school teacher. Her name was Mrs. Martin. And she was such a sweet person. You know, she took a lot of interest in me, you know, and I liked doing whatever it took to please her, you know, because I liked her so much. And so this summer one summer we had a Bible Sunday school, you know, like you have religious education during the summer. And we had to learn verses. And I got a feeling I told you. But anyway, I chose to learn the Beatitudes. And it turned out that it was the longest one. So I won a clock, just a little clock, you know. But that was so symbolic, you know. And I always remember her as my biggest thing I liked about Sunday school. So
It's beautiful.
it remains my best story.
Well, Miss Daniel, you are the mother of Dr. Beverly Daniel Tatum, the president of Spelman College. What is your favorite memory or favorite story about being her mother?
I have a picture, but I think Beverly has it now. When we lived in Baton Rouge, Louisiana for 1 year, Eric had started first grade there, and Beverly was perhaps 3 at the time. And we used to be home together all the time. And so one day we were dressed up, you know, waiting for her father and brother, you know, to come home. And we were sitting on the step. This housing, it was evidently things that Army used to use for Army barracks, and when new teachers came, if they wanted to stay there, you know, they could live there. And we were sitting on the steps, and I was on the top step, and she was sitting just below me. And she was sitting there, and she was looking up at me like she thought I was an angel. It's the most adorable picture that I have of her when she was little, you know. And I always remember her like that. Of course, I know she's grown up now, but she was home, and I was teaching her how to read, you know. And we were just together all the time, you know.
Yeah.
And I have never seen anyone look up at someone so sweetly as she was looking up at me. And I just loved that picture, so I gave it to her. And so maybe one day we'll get a copy, you know. But anyway, it sort of reminded me of how I felt with my mother at home with me, you know. But so that's a very young story, but there are many things, you know, like Beverly has had a lot of achievements over her period of, you know, being out of college and worked like when she got the Brock Prize. At Christmas time, she told us about it, and she gave us tickets to go to, let's see, where is this place? It's out west somewhere. I'm having a senior moment, I'm afraid. But we were able to go and spend the night. And I'm sorry I can't even remember the name of this place. It was very important. But anyway, we all went to, and we spent the night in this bed and breakfast, you know. And she came to our room that evening, and she said to me, how would you feel if I gave you a fellowship, not a fellowship, a scholarship in your name, you know. I know that you didn't graduate from Spelman because you went to Howard, you know, but I would like to do that. And she took the funds that she got from this reward and award rather, and paid took $25,000 of it and endowed a scholarship in my name. And each year, a graduating senior gets the scholarship, and the other went to taxes, of course. But that was such a beautiful thing.
That is beautiful.
I was really touched, and the reason I guess she didn't feel any slight towards her father, because he already had a scholarship at Bridgewater State College. And so I thought that was a shared moment, that we had, and that was as an adult moment.
That's amazing.
And there are many things, many things. I've been her mother for all these years,
That's
so.
beautiful.
But Idaho, no, wasn't. It's not coming
That's
tonight.
Okay.
I'll call you in the middle of the night.
You were talking about earlier teaching Dr. Tatum, your daughter, how to read. Is that what you're?
Yeah.
And before then, you were telling me about your mother teaching you how to write your name, and I was thinking about the generation, how generational that is, and how wonderful that is. What do you think that our generation lacks that you might have received?
I really, that's a hard one, because everybody seems to be doing fine, like you, take yourself. I've always been very proud of you. Even I didn't even know your name, but you always participated in the services, at Sisters Chapel, and I admired you, and I didn't know your name.
Thank you, Ms. Danielle.
And I said, now that is a fine young lady. She is going to go far, and then since I've gotten to know you, I can see all my thoughts were true.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's so much poise, and self-assurance, and you speak well, You're ready for the world.
Thank you, Mrs. Danielle.
Could you pause that? I have to go ask my husband about it. I can say Beverly received the Brock Award in Norman, Oklahoma.
Thank you, Ms. Danielle. I have two final questions for you.
Okay.
And one is, I would like to know what makes you sad.
What makes me sad? Well, of course, naturally, if a loved one passes, But sometimes I feel sad when I see people not taking advantage of things that could be helpful to them. And to see them maybe not looking on the bright side of things. I guess I'm really an optimist, and I'll stand on my head to cheer a person up. But anyway, I think I'm a compassionate person. That's what I think about me. And then when things go badly for someone, I think I feel sad, So.
What about what makes you happy?
A good laugh. I really like to laugh, and when somebody is some people, when you're around them, anything they say almost makes you laugh, Or if there is no one around to make me laugh, I make myself laugh. I'll say something that is most unexpected of me, because nobody would believe I said it. And then, then it becomes so unusual. I have to laugh at it myself. I like to laugh till my jaws get tired.
That's wonderful. I like laughing as well.
Yeah.
Miss Daniel, this has been a really, really wonderful experience. What has this experience meant to you?
I think it's been wonderful. Well, for one thing, I'm flattered that you would want to interview me and to get to know you better, just through conversation. I know that you are very personable, and that I think with your personality and your intelligence and sense of well-being, I expect great things from you, Maya. I really do. And it's wonderful that you are and were a graduating senior. I always laugh when the kids say, I'm a graduating senior. And I say, I hope you are. But you have been all those things, and I appreciate your being here.
I have had the most delightful experience hearing all of your wonderful, wonderful stories and sitting at your feet and hearing you tell them. It's just been beautiful, incredible. So thank you for participating in this project, Mrs. Daniel. It's June 1st, 2010, and I am at the home of Miss Daniel. I am Mia Dunlap, and this is Catherine Daniel. Thank you so much, Miss Daniel.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I really appreciate your being here.